This is Timothy Barr from MLW. Make sure you give a listen to one of the greatest podcasts in the world, True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are back once again for another pay-per-view preview. This time we are previewing and predicting the card for NJPW The New Beginning in Osaka this Saturday, February 11th, the grand finale of the first major tour following Wrestle Kingdom 17, The New Beginning. We talked about earlier this week the two huge shows from Sapporo last weekend, and now we are here to preview the big card in Osaka. As always, I am here with the MC, Master of Ceremonies for the past, present, and future of New Japan Pro Wrestling. It is J-News.
Folks, it's another Monday morning. It's me and SP3. But as I usually say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your good brother J-News. We back at it again. Here previewing New Beginning in Osaka. We got some stuff to talk about, man. You know, these shows that happened this past weekend in Sapporo, we need to cover them. I don't know if we're going to have kid gloves on necessarily.
We did. That's why I was like, this guy's had a long weekend. He thinks it's Sunday morning. It's actually Friday morning when the people are seeing this. So they already have seen probably the New Beginning in Sapporo review that we did live on Monday morning. But now they are here to talk about Osaka.
That's true. Osaka will be one of those shows where I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, we got good matches coming. Right, we got good matches, got a good feeling.
I thought you would be excited for this because this is like a card that has genuine. We have out of the 8 matches that they have on tap, 6 of them are singles matches. This is like or title match. It's either a title match or a singles match. 5 are singles matches. 1 is a 6-man title match. We got a couple of multi-man matches in the beginning of the show, but this is a proper New Japan card, not the multi-tag fest that we saw a lot in Sapporo.
I mean, that's usually how it all breaks down. But you're absolutely right. We have good special interest matches, as we like to call them, on the New Japan side here for a New Beginning in Osaka. I believe this will be the last New Beginning of the New Beginning shows. Yep. So
the finale.
In preparation for better stuff to come at the end of February. As we all know, things are on the rise for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
They will see us next time. Our next preview. We're doing 3 weeks of previews, J-News. We did Sapporo preview last Friday. This Friday we got the Osaka preview, and then next week, I don't know when it'll drop. Maybe on a Friday. Usually that's when we drop our previews. We will have our Battle in the Valley preview. So some huge shows from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Maybe even the week after that, we should do a preview for Kenji Muta's grand finale because February is jam packed with New Japan.
That's very true. I think that we should cover that as well. And they just came down with the announcement of the card. Not necessarily that there's a preview to it, but they introduced the tour dates for Fantastica Mania. So as you guys all know, I'm a lover of that particular tour. So that's gonna come before the Super Junior All-Star show. So I thought it was gonna come after, but they made it the end of February. So depending as to how much time we have and whatever it is we're going to cover.
A lot of New Japan content in this month. So I hope you're enjoying it. But the best way to show us you're enjoying it is dropping the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, if you are, feeling a little generous, you can send a super chat donation because we are premiering this as a live video, even though it's pre-recorded. And we will make sure that whatever comment, if you send a super chat, we definitely read it out during our review of NJPW The New Beginning in Osaka. We'll be back live on Monday to review everything that went down in Osaka. So stay tuned for that. But J-News, let's get into to this card, an 8-match card and some big high-stake matches up on there. But we're going to start at the top of the card. We got some tag team action as it's going to be your boy, Oscar Luble.
Oscar Luble. Yes,
Oscar
right.
Luble teaming up with Toriano to versus the United Empire's own Aaron Hanare, gentrified Hanare, as we call him on these streets, as well as the Revolution Pro British heavyweight champion, the great
champion of the British.
The champion of the British. The champion of the British. Great Okan. I think this is an easy one. I think United Empire gets the win here.
For sure. I mean, I don't think that there's much to do with this particular one. Okan's on a roll. Woke up this morning. First thing I did was stream some Instagram. Boom, there he is with two fine women in a restaurant. It's like the
styling and profiling on him.
It's a silent profiling, man. Okan's just a G. So we just gotta follow this journey.
He's born different. He's made different, ladies and gentlemen. The great Okan. You gotta love him. He already beat Lube back in Sapporo to preview this matchup, but now you got Toriano by the side. I think it's still gonna be an L for the Hontai Chaos connection here. Speaking of Hontai, they'll be in the second matchup on this card as they'll be represented by Ryusuke Taguchi, Tiger Mask, your boy Honma, and the one and only the shooter Shoto Amino to verse the Los Ingonables de Japón foursome of Tetsuya Naito, Sanada, Bushi, and the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Hiromu Takahashi. This is an interesting one because they can, I would definitely lean towards the Los Ingonables de Japón team, but Amino is coming off the big loss to Naito in the main event of Sapporo. You also got Hiromu Takahashi on the LIJ team, and you got some junior heavyweights on this Hontai team in Taguchi and Tiger match. Maybe they get an upset win here to set up the next title match for Hiromu. So this is a less predictable than usually I would think with an LIJ 8-man tag. Who you got?
I got LIJ, man. Ain't nothing with it. Ain't nothing with it. I got LIJ. The team's too strong, man. The team's too strong. At the end of the day, I feel like they're making Naito shooter senpai at the end of the day. So that's really what it is at this point. So he's not going to be able to beat him up until whenever Naito decides to give the kid the rub. So we're gonna continue to play that game. So we'll see how it goes.
He's like, gotta play the waiting game, shooter. You'll get there. You'll get there soon enough. Just not yet. I gotta agree with you. I'm gonna go with Los Ingonables de Japón as well. I feel like Taguchi, whenever Taguchi is on a team, or Tiger Mask, I would love for them to not get an upset and maybe set up a title match. Maybe we could see big match Taguchi again against Hiromu. He had a great match with him back in, I believe, 2017, but that was about 6 years ago now. So I don't think it's happening here.
But believe it, 6 years ago was 2017. So like that's crazy to me right now. But
don't you feel old? Let's get into the third match on the card, which probably will have more to stakes involved with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, as you're gonna have a former champion in Taiji Ishimori going one-on-one with Master Wato. The story is simple here. Taiji Ishimori dropped the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship back at Wrestle Kingdom 17 in a 4-way that also involved Wato as well as El Desperado and the new champion who won the match, Hiromu Takahashi. So he lost his title. He's looking to rebuild again, but he feels everything started falling apart for him back at Declaration of Power in October of 2022 when he lost a non-title match to Master Wato that set up that 4-way. So he wants to get revenge on Wato here. These two men traded off wins in Sapporo on nights 1 and 2 in Sapporo. Now we have the singles match here. Do you think Master Wato starts running to the Grandmaster, or does Taiji Ishimori get back on the winning ways?
I don't necessarily. This is the toss-up match for me, to be honest, because it's like I've always said, Wato's crawling his way to the Grandmaster, and then I upgraded him to he's now on a brisk walk, right? But if if he does beat Taiji Ishimori for a second time, yet again non-title, he won't necessarily be running, right? But at the end of the day, Kevin Kelly during commentary at Sapporo kept on pushing the Wado Mania agenda. So I don't necessarily know what's going on, but we shall exactly we shall see.
Mania.
We shall see how this breaks down. If I have to pick, if I had to really put on my booking hat here, I would probably go Ishimori for the win, right? Because Wado still has some more work to do. You know what I'm saying? He's still got his way to work through everything. I don't know who his final boss is going to be. You know, I don't know who the big picture Super Junior is going to be for Wado to dethrone at some point. We'll see, but I don't know. He's not beating Ishimori in this because I feel like Hiromu still has to, like you said before, Hiromu still has to have that dominant reign. And, you know, if Ishimori beats Wato, then it's like, okay, so Ishimori is probably going to be next in line for a title shot again. And then if, I don't know, but whatever. At this point, Ishimori wins this match. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ishimori as well. I feel like he's going to get this win and probably be the next challenger for Hiromu. Maybe we get a junior heavyweight championship match at the junior festival in March. So that would be kind of a great match to have between these two guys who had one of the greatest, in my opinion, best of Super Junior finals. They had a great match at Wrestle Kingdom a couple of years ago. And I think they can deliver a great main event for the junior festival. So that's why I'm going to go with Ishimori. But spoiler alert, I'm going to say Master Wado is going to make it to the finals of the Best of the Super Juniors. I feel like the Master Wado movement, the push is happening before our eyes. And I think this setback is going to be like a slingshot. He's just going to take 2 steps back to take 4,000 steps on the way to the Grandmaster.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Wato Mania will be running wild come the Best of Super Juniors tournament this year in 2023. SP3 is putting that into the ether. So
we're pushing the Master Wado agenda here. That's what we're doing here. And I'm going to be pushing it over on Wrestling with Ace Techers podcast. I'll push it here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, Patreon, and so far and so forth. But let's get in to the 4th match on the card, another singles match here featuring the Bullet Club, as this time it's going to be Kenta going one-on-one with the ace Hiroshi Tanahashi. These two men have had a fierce rivalry. Their last encounter was, of course, last year at Wrestle Kingdom 16 with the insane stunt by Tanahashi with the high fly flow off the ladder, which regained him the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Kenta is on his way to a shot at the NJPW Strong Openweight Championship coming up at Battle in the Valley against Fred Rosser. But Hiroshi Tanahashi could get a win here that may put him in a position to make a trip to San Jose himself and put himself in line for the winner of our main event. So a lot of stakes here, more than they're probably letting on. If you know New Japan booking, who do you got here?
It's not a gimmick match, right? So it's going to be a straight up match at the end of the day. So with Kenta being the one who's had the tougher workload, being that he's been at Strong and also doing New Japan dates, depending as to what the schedule breaks down for, I think I'm going to ride with you on this a little bit, a little precursor thing that you just said about Tana coming to the U.S. I think Tana gets the win here, you know, and he makes his way to the U.S. for a bit and, you know, shows up on Strong and stuff. And I think that'll be something that New Japan fans can look forward to here in the States, at least for a little bit. Because if folks don't know, Kenta lives in the States. He doesn't live in Japan, so which is why he's always here. So it's not going to be hard for him to ever do Strong stuff or whatever the case is. So I think to have Tana here, at least for a bit, would be cool. and to see as to how he goes about being in the title picture or being involved with other folks who are mainly on Strong in comparison to New Japan proper, as I like to say. So Tana for the win against Kenta on my end. What about you, SP3?
I'm going to go with Kenta on this one to be different. And also, I think they want to heat up Kenta on his way to a match with Fred Rosser. I would say he spoiler alert for a Battle in the Valley preview, I'm leaning more towards Kenta to win that New Japan Strong Openweight Championship and kind of be the face of New Japan Strong, which he kind of was during the pandemic when he won the New Japan Cup USA and got the shot at John Moxley for the IWGP United States Championship. I think Kenta gets the win here to heat him up on his way to Battle in the Valley. And I think Tada, for now, he can, put over Kenta, and we can see maybe Tada make a rise back up to the top later in the year. But let's move on to our first title match of 3 on this card here, as this one has been building up ever since New Year's Dash. Is going to be for the seemingly retired never open weight 6-man tag team championships. House of Torture has been telling us for months it's been retired, but they have to defend them here. Evil, Sho, and Yujiro Takahashi against not Suzuki-gun of Minoru Suzuki, El Desperado, and they're kind of the man they're trying to mold into the king of strong style. He's a prince right now, the son of strong style, Ren Narita. I've been loving the storytelling of this build-up for this matchup here of Ren Narita not trusting Minoru Suzuki. The pop that happened when he reached his hand out for the hot tag on night 2 of Sapporo was electric. It told you that the fans are invested in the story of Ren Narita, putting down the wall and allowing Minoru Suzuki to guide him in the art of strong style. And they have been very successful in multi-man matches or in Sapporo as well as before on the road too. Do you think Suzuki, Despi, and Narita can win these titles here? I'm going with them. I'm going with not Suzuki-gun for the win. Who do you got?
So, all right. Follow me here, folks. I won't try to go off on a too long of a tangent here. New Japan booking has been, I don't know, iffy since before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and things of that nature, right? We've seen things occur that we didn't necessarily think would ever happen. So I'm putting this out there into the space. Do I want it to happen? No, I don't want this to happen. But because of the storyline of ever reluctance from Ren Narita towards Suzuki and Despi, I can't believe I'm saying this. There might be an opportunity here to align our young Prince of Strong Style with these jokers.
Oh no, please don't. You gotta be kidding me. They told the story. They told a complete story of Ren Narita not trusting Suzuki, not trusting El Desperado, and then with that hot tag and their embrace after the matchup, there's no more reluctance. So I would be with you on your line of thinking if they didn't complete that part of the story. Now we're into the title match. No, we can't have Ren turn and join the House of Jokers.
I like I said, I don't want it to happen, but Gato's done some strange shit.
You're putting it into the ether, though.
I hope I'm wrong. I honestly hope I'm wrong. But that's a side thought of mine right now due to what Gato's been up to the last couple of years. In my heart of hearts, I want not Suzuki-gun to win this properly. I would like to see some sort of a combination of all 3 finishers between Despi, Minoru Suzuki, and Ren Narita at some point in a very evenly flowed fashion. But that they're my pick for this match is if everything goes accordingly. And if things don't go accordingly, SP3, you heard it here first.
I hate you. I really do. I just want to let you know.
Okay.
You're my friend, and I love you as a friend. But I hate you for making that prediction. This one, I feel you said Wado and Ishimori is the toss-up. I feel like this is an even bigger toss-up. Loser leaves Japan. With Switchblade Jay White going one-on-one with Hikuleo after losing the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 17. Switchblade Jay White does what he always does and cut the best post-match promos in the game, and he blamed this loss. He said it all started with Hikuleo betraying the Bullet Club and joining up with his family after he had guided him, after he was his protege and he was the mentor. So he was going to get revenge on Hikuleo. That took us to New Year's Dash, where he bashed Hikuleo with a steel chair and then challenged him to a loser leaves Japan matchup. But it's not just about the buildup that we've seen on New Japan Pro Wrestling, but it's about the news that has come out since this challenge was made of WWE not only being interested in, of course, Switchblade Jay White, but Switchblade Jay White's contract is set to expire very soon, as reported by Sean Rossap of Fightful Select. And also, WWE is interested in Hikuleo, the size, the look, the family lineage. So this is kind of like a loser leaves Japan / loser goes to WWE match. So who do you got here? Is it Switchblade or is it Hikuleo?
No. First of all, I respect and admire SRS. I really do. I really do. You know me, man. I don't usually try to start these internet beefs, but let's be real here. Back in 2018, if not 2019, there was news about that Jay White signed a 7-year deal with New Japan Pro Wrestling at the end of the day. So has it been 7 years? No, at this point. So I'm not too sure what's real and what's not. Hikuleo, on the other hand, I can understand. He fits the WWE mold. Big guy, good looks, family heritage. I'm not even going to go into the depths of the heritage.
Switchblade himself, just to play devil's advocate once again, Switchblade himself has said that report was false of the 7-year deal. He said it in the interview with Fightful Sean Rossap.
Interesting. So now we have these developments, because I don't get to watch everything as per the dates it comes out. So sometimes I'm late to certain news. So if the fact is the fact, right? If this match is real, not match, but if all this news is real, right? There's got to be a way they figure out where this match ends up, where both of them lose.
Both of them lose. They're both losers. They both gotta leave Japan.
They both gotta leave, man. There's no way one of them stays with all that money that's gonna be thrown at them. There's just no way either of them stays.
Someone online said this is the first winner and loser leaves Japan match since AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom 10.
There it is. Yeah, that's very well put. I just, man, it's sad, bro, because I'm a big New Japan Pro Wrestling fan, as obviously we're here talking about New Japan. And to see Jay White go would be one of those things where it's like, he's, not to say that Jay White's not a superstar, not to say that Jay White's not good at what it is that he does. He's tremendously one of the best at what it is that he does. But in the WWE echelon of pro wrestling, I just don't know, Hikuleo, on the other hand, you can do things with the kid, right? Because he's big, he's got good size, the family lineage thing, not necessarily directly an Oos, you know what I'm saying?
No, he's a Tongan.
But he's a Tongan. Because ladies and gentlemen, there is a differentiation. Let's be real here. There's a differentiation. All right. But there's things that they can do there. Who wins this match? Like I said, I don't know. Let's be real here. I don't know. Unless they do, I don't know, some sort of a swerve at the end of the match. I can't call it. Like you said, I think this is probably the more of the toss-up than anything else, depending as to, what the reality of the situation is. Are these guys leaving? Either or, no matter what the outcome of the match is. Like, if they both leave, what's the purpose, right? So it's like, how do you do this for New Japan storyline purposes? I don't know. I think We'll see how it works out by the end of the match. But yeah, I don't know, SP3. What are your thoughts about this?
You got to pick somebody. You got to pick somebody here. You got to pick one or the other.
I'll go with Jay White just for the sake of saying that he goes out on top. But that's all I got.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of things, we do also know already that Jay White will face Eddie Kingston in San Jose at Battle in the Valley. So maybe he does have some more dates, and the dates he's going to do is going to be in the US for New Japan Strong. But the way he's been cutting the promos, it's just been so heavy-handed of heel that's talking all this shit and gonna be humbled. So that is why I gotta pick Hikuleo here. I don't want Hikuleo to win. Trust, don't get me wrong here, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know I'm a Switchblade fan, and I would love for Switchblade to continue his run in New Japan. But it's also the question of, hasn't he done everything he can in New Japan Pro Wrestling? And I said it on my Twitter page, and I'll say it here. If there's one guy that's not in WWE, that has WWE written all over him, that under a Triple H regime, I am confident he can come to WWE, go to the main roster, and find his way up. And especially the fact that 2 former Bullet Club members are there, not really doing anything because their former leader is out injured with ankle injury. So you could tell the story of Switchblade coming in and basically recruiting these guys. And then he has a ready-made feud with AJ Styles when AJ returns. Yeah, I think Switchblade in WWE just works. Switchblade in AEW, I feel like that also works because he has the inline with the whole Adam Cole story that they told last year, and his issues, his ongoing lingering issues with Kenny Omega. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it, but I just feel like Switchblade has more potential outside of New Japan Pro Wrestling than he probably will if he stuck around. So that's another reason I'll pick Hikuleo.
That's fair. That's fair, right? That's a fair assessment. I will ask you this. Just from a character standpoint, right? We're always looking for different things to happen. Let's hypothetically say Jay White goes to the WWE, right? Does Jay White's character carry his New Japandom with him? What I mean by that is, do they give Jay White the freedom to cut post-match promos after his big matches?
I think just him cutting promos, he's going to be good, and that's going to be his way of getting over more than anything. Is his promo ability is why, and his character work and promo ability is why I am confident in him going to WWE.
I always get caught up with the size thing, and it's not that necessarily that it's still such a thing with Triple H in Power, but it's like,
have you seen Switchblade? He ain't exactly a small guy, and he's got a hell of a physique. He's put his body together over the last 5 years.
Listen, man, that dude is a god amongst men, but the reality of the situation is he ain't Batista out here. He's not.
No. And you don't need to be Batista anymore. You don't need to be Batista anymore. And not everybody needs to come to WWE and become the face of the company. And not everybody can come to WWE and have an AJ Styles run. But I am confident in anyone outside of WWE that I'm confident to sign with this company and immediately go there and be a success. It is probably Jay White above everybody else. Even more than someone like MJF, because I feel like MJF needs the freedom that he has in AEW to be the character that he is. Whereas Switchblade Jay White, I think he can already do it just with the character he's already built in New Japan.
I can't discount that. I just hope for the best in all of this, for all parties involved. I just hope for the best.
God willing. Next we got our semi-main event for the Never Openweight Championship. It's gonna be Tama Tonga defending against El Phantasmo. Tama Tonga regained the Never Openweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 17, defeating Bullet Club member Carl Anderson. But then on New Year's Dash, El Phantasmo and Tama Tonga went at it, and El Phantasmo caused a disqualification by nailing Tama Tonga with the Never Openweight Championship. He did that yet again in Sapporo following a loss to the God Hung Tai trio in a six-man tag team matchup. Is this the big break for El Phantasmo in his first championship as a heavyweight, or does Tama Tonga continue his reign here? J-News.
I believe Tama continues the reign. He's going to be Jesus. He's going to be the last standing Tongan in New Japan, man. Until his brother gets back at some point. I don't know. But yeah, I think that with everything going on, they got to give Tama something. Tama sticks with the Never Openweight Championship here. No, how do I say? No shade to El Phantasmo. I think that LP's got some time to build himself up in the heavyweight division. So we'll see what else he'll be doing. Maybe another run at the KOPW thing if Shingo's not champ of it or whatever. So just depending as to whatever it takes. I think at this point the Bullet Club thing, not that it's worn thin, but it's not necessarily. I don't know. It's just the way I feel. I guess it's not necessarily being harped on so much or whatever. So I feel like he'll be able to do different things. Maybe he'll take a tour over at Strong for another little bit and see as to how he works over there. So yeah, but I don't think LP wins this match against Tama. I think Tama comes out strong here, and he gets to another opponent for the Never Openweight Championship come whatever the next show is going to be.
Yeah, I'm going to also pick Tama Tonga here, even though I will say the loser leaves Japan match will make this match a little bit less predictable, because if Hikuleo, like my prediction says, beats Jay White, I could see El Phantasmo winning the Never Openweight Championship and then usurping Switchblade to become the new leader of the Bullet Club. Follow the path of Kenny Omega. You come in as a junior heavyweight, you move up to the heavyweight, and then you take the Bullet Club leadership spot. So it just fits. It would fit in very well if they did that back to back.
Listen, man. Like I said earlier, no shade to LP. He ain't there yet, man.
He's there. He is very talented. He had one of the better Super Juniors last year. He had one of the better G1s. Being a new heavyweight, you need to believe in ELP.
I'm not there yet, man. I'm just not there yet. I don't necessarily. If Jay White does leave, who becomes the leader of the Bullet Club is going to be important to a certain degree, right? And I don't feel like I said, I don't feel like ELP's there. I don't feel like he's there yet, man.
Sleeping, bro. Sleeping.
Listen,
it's all right. It's all right. We all sleep sometimes. We all fall asleep sometime on the job.
I guess so, man. But shout out to the longest standing member of the Bullet Club. Sometime down the road, he shall return the crown jewel, Chase Owens. If it were up to me, I put my hat in the Chase Owens race there to be the next leader.
Okay, now you're just talking crazy. Time to move on to the main event of this New Beginning in Osaka card, as it's going to be for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Kazuchika Okada going one-on-one with Shingo Takagi. Of course, it was Okada who regained the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship for a second time at Wrestle Kingdom 17. Meanwhile, Shingo Takagi was one of the final four in the Rambo, and then went on to win the KOPW 2000 2023 championship the following night at New Year's Dash to become the first champion of 2023 after ending 2022 as the king of pro wrestling. He made the challenge to Okada at the end of Wrestle Kingdom 17 because these two men are now 2-2 in their all-time matchups against one another. Their last bout was in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 16 last year in the main event. 2-2 now. Who do you think wins this rubber match, the fifth match between these two men who have delivered nothing short of like all-time classics or just great matches every single time out? Who do you think gets the win here?
Yeah, Kaz ain't losing the belt anytime soon, man. So I love me.
I mean, we're definitely in agreement here. Okada wins. LOL.
Okada for the win. No, as you guys know, we're also big Shingo Takagi fans here. But let's be real. They're not gonna they're not gonna put that belt on him again, and not because he did a bad job. As I continue to state, I think he's still, to me, the best IWGP World Heavyweight Champion since that belt's been instituted. But Okada's the freaking poster boy, so it is what it is. And then Okada's not a bad wrestler. He's just the face of the freaking company at the end of the day. So it'll be another great match. We're not going to be let down, but Okada wins. And that's how it's going to go break down. And yeah, I wish I could say otherwise, but no, not going to happen.
We got to run in here. You saying hi? You want to say hi? Say hi to J-News. Say hi to the people. Say subscribe. No, you don't say it on cue. All right. But yes, I think we're all in agreement. Okada is going to get the win here. Exactly. And retain the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship coming up tomorrow, February 11th in Osaka. But the question to you to end things off here, J-News, who challenges Okada for a Battle in the Valley on next Saturday?
Wow. I don't know, man. There was a poster shot. I know that was probably just for promotional purposes or whatever the case is, which is why I went with Jay White for the win against Hikuleo, because there was a poster shot of Kaz and Jay White, and I was like, okay, maybe they'll have this happen, and then Jay White loses there, and he can't come back at all, and he just blows up mentally, and he breaks down, and he just doesn't want to come back or whatever, I say Jay White. I don't know. I'm
Jay White's already versing Eddie Kingston at Battle in the Valley.
Is he? Oh, damn.
Yep.
All right. So that goes. Yeah, I don't know who faces Okada at freaking Battle in the Valley. No idea.
I'm gonna go with Tetsuya Naito. First time Naito Okada in the US.
When's the Muda show?
Muda show is the Tuesday following this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that makes sense. Yeah, sure. Naito and Okada in the US. Let's do it for
I don't know who else they would have. I don't know who else they would have. I don't think they're gonna go back to Ospreay and Okada just yet.
Right.
So yeah, my prediction would be Naito because they love doing that match, but they've never done it in the US. So
sure, no, that works. That works.
But that brings us to a close for our preview of New Japan Pro Wrestling, The New Beginning in Osaka. J-News, let the people know where they can follow you on social media, sir.
You can always find me on the Instagrams _JONJAY. Like I always say, I'm friendly. I try to do my part and integrate myself on the socials and partake with the folks. So let me know, shout me out, tag me on stuff, and I'll try to be as interactive as possible.
Absolutely. And you can follow me on the Twitter machine at SP3. All my content is up on there. Anywhere else you can find me, it's usually posted on my Twitter page or in the bio. You can also follow the gang Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Hill Heat. Subscribe to our sports channel, True Hill Heat Sports. This weekend we got watch-alongs for the Super Bowl, for UFC 284. So join us live over there. Also twitch.tv/True Hill Heat Gaming. Tonight you got Friday nights with Chris G playing some games. Yesterday you had Blunt Impact. The day before that you had the Power Slap watch along. Yes, we do Power Slaps watch alongs on Twitch. And of course, to support us in the best way possible, patreon.com/True Hill Heat for more exclusive New Japan Pro Wrestling content, as well as the Patreon backers actually got the first look at this preview before you guys did on the YouTube channel. So you get a first look of content as well as exclusive additional content as well. But that brings us to a close for NJPW The New Beginning in Osaka preview. Check out our NJPW The New Beginning in Sapporo nights 1 and 2 review that we did live this past Monday. And we'll be back this coming Monday for our Osaka review as well. But for J-News, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been our NJPW The New Beginning in Osaka preview. We are signing off until next time.